Hello, YouTube. So, I haven't posted in a while due to grieving over a breakup. And in fact, I was grieving so hard and blaming the breakup on me, even though it wasn't even my fault, that it led me to punish myself through this lovely hairdo. Yeah, not so lovely, but I'm rocking through it, you know. Uh, Long story short, through the whole grieving and moping and confusion, because the breakup didn't really have a reason given. I was thinking to myself, I'm just like, what topic on YouTube should I be covering next? And when am I ready? Yeah, and so a few weeks back, I tried doing one, and I would break down, blah, blah, blah. But, I told myself, I'm just when I'm strong enough, I'll do my next YouTube video. But, I still didn't know what to cover. What topic should I cover? What political topic? And I thought to myself, my channel doesn't have to be all about politics and all about morality versus immorality. It can have little daily, well, not daily, but little monthly blogs where I just vent or offer up advice. And so I finally decided on myself that I would give you guys advice on how to deal with a breakup when you obviously love this person. Now, if you didn't love this person and if you were in that relationship based off of a feeling, because love is not a feeling, even though love can cause good feelings, it's not a feeling. So, if you base the relationship off feelings, obviously, you self-pitied yourself and you're probably moved on with life and, you get over them pretty fast. But, when you genuinely, selflessly love someone, you continue loving them even when that person has up and left. Love is something that you choose to do. And you continue on doing it even if that person hurts you. And mainly due to the fact that love is an act of humility. It thinks about the other person over your own self. And so, how do you get over something like that? Obviously, if someone broke up with you, you're thinking to yourself, what did I do? What mistake did I do? What could have I done better? What could have I done better? And you start thinking all these things. And in reality, if you loved them, you were doing your job. No one's perfect. You're bound to make mistakes. But, if you love someone, you fight through those mistakes. You learn not to repeat them. And you always make an effort to make your love better and more beneficial, all while leading that person to heaven. But, honestly, when someone breaks up with you, you always think it's you. Or you always consider if the problem was you, when really, deep down, you know it isn't. And it's just hard. It makes it really, really hard. But you have to know, again, if you were loving them, it wasn't you. It was them, because they didn't genuinely love you, because they didn't want to work through the relationship. They didn't want to choose to continue on loving you. They wanted to up and leave, mainly because they based the relationship off of a feeling. What they could get out of it, not what they could help you get out of it. And so, obviously you're going to be grieving. Obviously you're going to be depressed over this. It's going to hurt. It hurts just like how it hurts God when we reject him. He continues on loving us, but it hurts him. And so, through these grievances, I thought to myself, yeah, I'm going to make this video and I'm going to offer up advice on how to get through these grievances, how to cope with your grieving and dealing with the breakup. And so I made a list. Number 1, prayer's the key. It gets you through things. Pray. Pray that you heal and pray for the salvation and benefit of the person who broke your heart. and just like offer up your suffering and what you're going to go through continuously to God, because like there's bound to be more suffering ahead of you. Like, just offer it up, and I promise you, like, when God hears those grievances, he will comfort you, and he will get you through your time of like need and suffering and so on and so forth. He will bring you comfort. Now, prayer is something I struggle with the most as a Christian. It's not something that I enjoy doing, because I mean, in many ways I feel humiliated, small, so on and so forth. But like, when you pray to God, God doesn't look at that. He doesn't look at past mistakes and stuff, because like he looks at you like you're his child. Like, yeah, your mistakes in the past and like you being an awful person, like, it disappoints him. But like, no matter what your past is like or what you're going through, so on and so forth, like, he's always going to comfort you. And he's always going to look at you like you're his child, and he wants you to come needingly to him. He doesn't want you to go farther away from him. He wants you to go to him so he can comfort you and get you through these difficult times. He wants to be there for you. Like, God's your number one fan, which is why I put prayers number one too, because it's a key factor to get you through situations like these. Number 2, vent. Find a support system of friends or family and vent your heart to them. And it has to be friends and family that genuinely loves you and are the ones who are going to strengthen or uplift you. If someone is suggesting you to a psychiatrist or a psychological doctor, then like most likely they don't care about you, and like they don't want to deal with you. Like, they could care less. Like, they want to get you out of their way, and they shoo you aside, and like they just don't want to deal with it. Either that, or they're just not able to deal with it because like they have problems that they're dealing with themselves. Like, they have their own battle, and like they just don't know how to help you in any way. But there are genuine friends or friends who are able to, who know how and are willing to strengthen and uplift you because they genuinely care about you, and they're willing to listen to your grievances and even pray along with you. So I highly suggest you get a good support system and like of friends and family and stuff, and make sure they're high moral, godly people too, because like the counsel of the ungodly is bound to lead you down a bad path. So like, make sure they're godly friends too. Are friends that are like really going to lift you high and closer to God and draw you through these tribulations. Number 3, you want to push yourself through these like sad thoughts and humilify yourself, drawing your attention away from yourself, and go about hobbies and activities. Don't waste your time that is given to you just crying. Yeah, it's good to grieve. Yeah, it's good to cry. You should cry. Crying's healthy for you. It gets out negative energy that is being stored up in your body. But like, don't waste all your time doing it. While you're crying, at least do something. Like, do something while you're crying. Like, put your time to good use. Like, don't just sit there and do nothing while crying. When you distract yourself with hobbies or activities, especially those which please God and draw you closer to him and bring glory to him, and especially the ones that you can use your talents in, it humbles you, because like, it reminds you that there are other people in need that you are obligated to take care of, and it's all for the greater glory of God. Like, you are his creation, and you are obligated to take care of his creation as well. And it just really humbles yourself and strengthens you. Like, humility strengthens a person. That's why I encourage activities and hobbies which you can use your talents in and enjoy and distract your mind. Just distract your mind. Because like, when you're not distracting your mind, you tend to draw everything back towards you, which is really prideful. And you want to reverse that with humility. Humility is the key to all. So these are the do's. These are the things you want to do. You want to pray. You want to vent to friends and have a good support system around you. And you want to push yourself through by humbling yourself in activities and hobbies, which you can use your talents in and bring glory to God. But what are the don'ts in dealing with a breakup or a grieving? I have a list of don'ts too. Number 1, do not, and I repeat, do not become prideful and wallow in me, because pride will always lead to sin. It is the root of all sin, and it only ends up in your own destruction, and it's definitely not helping the person who you love that broke up with you. Like, it's not benefiting them at all either. And pride like that will hinder you from prayer too. Thus, it will hinder you from praying for yourself and from praying for this other person whom you love, and their salvation and their happiness and their well-being. So you do not want to wallow in pride. Pride is bad. Pride is an eye problem. It's not necessarily like glorifying yourself. It can be like degrading yourself too. It's a focus on yourself. Always leads to sin. Always. It is the root of all sin, and it's what caused the very first sin brought about by Eve. She focused about me. How can I benefit me? How am I not good enough? Me. It's a bad thing to store up in yourself. Number 2, do not, and I repeat, do not chase someone who has rejected you, because forcing yourself on someone isn't loving them. It's actually very unloving. When you love someone, you give them a choice. God doesn't force anything on us. He gives us a choice on whether we want to accept him or reject him, because it's loving. Giving someone free will is loving. It gives them a choice. But when you force yourself on them, it's prideful. It's self-gratifying. So rather than chasing after them, love them at a distance and accept the rejection. Remind yourself of the fact that you love them, but yet they rejected you, and you need to let go. Love lets go sometimes, especially when it isn't accepted. Not everyone wants your love, and it's a hard thing to swallow. But what's comforting is you can know that your love for them hasn't left. Just because your loved one has left doesn't mean your love for them has left. It's like how God loves us. Like, when we reject him, he doesn't leave us. He doesn't all of a sudden start hating us. He'll always love us, but he'll accept our rejection and let us go down our own path. Whether it's a path that he wants you to go on, which is a path of life, or the path of destruction. Like, he's always going to love you no matter what you choose. And that can comfort you, that you can still love them at a distance, even though they don't love you. You just can't go chasing after them. And then do not, number 3, do not follow after or seek out advice from the ungodly. And I mentioned this prior when I was giving you the do's of seeking the godly. Do not follow after the advice of the ungodly. Again, it will lead you to destruction and some very serious issues. And that is all I have for you. These are the do's and do nots of a breakup. And I really, really hope that if you're going through the same thing I went through, or if in the future you go through this, that, like, you remember this video, or you go back to this video, or you use this video, and it ends up being a blessing to you, a comfort to you, and it gives you the advice that will get you through such an awful, awful time in your life. And I really hope you enjoy the video, and that you had a good laugh at this psycho hair. And I hope you enjoy me just as much as I enjoy you watching and benefiting from my videos. And if you enjoy me enough, subscribe to my channel, because I promise you there's going to be more. Thank you, and God bless.